Fáilte Ó Gléir inniu go dtí Páirc Tailteann. Áit ina bhfuil Clé Canis Craobh Pella Seoisir Bí I gcuine Boardenville on agus Naomh Breed. 24th of September 2005 will be a big day for both of these clubs. Boardsmill, who bet Walterstown in the semi-final, and of course St Bridget's, who bet Trim. So today's game is going to be officiated by Tom Lorton from Simonstown Gales, and now we'll have Aaron Naveen. Our son Aaron Naveen. Fantastic crowd here in Páirc Tailteann to see the Junior B final between Boardsmill and St Bridget's of Ballinacree. And I think we're near ready to throw the ball in. And there we go, Tom Lorton throws the ball in, and straight away Boardsmill have it. Thomas Riley with the ball leaves it down for Keith Hamilton, the captain of the Boardsmill team. A long ball in, and Bridget's have it back again. Brendan Bryady. And Brendan clears it over the line. There's a little bit of a wind blowing here in Páirc Tailteann today, and going by the flags on the ground, it's going with the Bridgets in the first half. Long ball in from Keith Hamilton now. That's a fine kick, a dangerous ball into the box. Scrambling for the ball. Bridgets have it, and they're breaking out there with Seamus Guy. Sorry, with Jerome Hussey. A free out for St Bridget's. Cleared by Martin Bryady. Straight out, and the Boardsmill midfield collected again. Overhit the pass, and a fumble from the Bridget's men. Boardsmill have it, and it's a shot from Keith Hamilton, and we have the first wide of the game. So Boardsmill with a good start, settling in that much quicker. And now Eugene Gilson will have his first kick out. And we'll just see how strong this wind is now. 45 metres out. Well caught there by Thomas Riley. Thomas hits it in now to Paddy Guy, and Paddy Guy gives it in again. Back into Thomas Riley, and Thomas kicks it over the bar. Thomas Riley with the first point, hooking up well with Paddy Guy. And so far, after the first few minutes, Thomas Riley seems to be on form. He's up for it. And he took his point very well. As I was saying, Boardsmill bet Walterstown in the semi-final and have been knocking on the door for the past couple of years. And of course, St Bridget's, who bet Trim in the other semi-final. Kick out again from Eugene Gilson into the middle of the field. Ball knocked down, and it comes down to Ronan Moore. Ronan plays the ball out, but the ball has gone to Keith Hamilton, who's collecting a lot of the ball in the middle of the field. Keith again gets it over to Paddy Guy. Paddy is switching from wing to wing, and Paddy lets it in. I think that's Alan Ash, and Alan kicks it in, and Danny Coogan has it. Danny Coogan, and another point for Boardsmill. A fantastic score. And that was Stephen Gibbons. Took it very well, but great work done there by Paddy Guy, who again playing at left half forward, but it was over on the right wing. And obviously himself and Thomas Riley are two very important guys in the forward line there. So again, Eugene Gilson with the kick out. And Eugene drives the ball out to the middle of the field again. Again, the breaking ball, but St. Bridget's have it. And a free in for St. Bridget's. A long ball in from Michael Bryody. Ball bounces over, but there could be a break on here. But Boardsmill, corner back. Jerry Jones has it. Gives it back to his keeper, Stephen Masson. He brings it out the field. And it's gone for a line ball. So it's a line ball to St. Bridget's, Ballinacree. And it'll be Hugh Fanning to take this ball. Bit of a delay in retrieving the ball. So it's a good open game of football so far. 2 points to nil so far to Boardsmill. And the ball driven in by Hugh Fanning. The ball's going to bounce. And St. Bridget's have it, a chance of their first score. And Barry Hussey has put it over the bar. That's a fantastic score. Barry Hussey, the number 10, opens the account for St. Bridget's, Ballinacree. And that's exactly what they'd want to settle them down. Fantastic crowd here in Park Halton today for the junior final. The whole stand is completely covered up here. Once again, we've a serious lack of footballs. Now there's too many on the ground. So Boardsmill open up very well. 2 points on the board, but I think that score now will settle St. Bridget's. So Stephen Masterson with his first kick out of the day. That's a fine kick out into the middle of the field, and again the ball is breaking. Bridget's have it. Michael Bryody gets it back to Brian Bryody, but Boardsmill have it back, and it's a free. Thomas Leonard, and Thomas gets it out to Stephen Gibbons. Left footed, Stephen hits it in. And Danny Coogan, using a bit of experience there, gathering the ball, and was fouled. And we have a free kick in, and it'll be Keith Hamilton, the captain, who will take responsibility for this free kick. The wind seems to be swirling an awful lot, so this will be a difficult kick. And any first kick in a final is a difficult kick. So this to put 2 points between the sides. Nicely hit, and it goes over the bar. It doesn't matter how they go over, once they go over. And Keith Hamilton makes it 3-1. 3-1. Boardsmill, who have got to the final now, as I said before, bet Walterstown, and they're led by Desi Hamilton, and with the helping hands of Mick Leonard and Anthony Riley, steering them to the junior final. And of course St. Bridget's, who are under the watchful eye of Ray Lydon and George Plunkett. So here comes Stephen Masterson again, or I should say Eugene Gilson. Another fine kick out to the middle of the field, and very well fielded there by Michael Bryody. And Michael gives it to his partner Stephen Farley, and Stephen is making a great run into the, and he still has it, and a chance of a score, and he's put it wide. He's put it wide. That was a good chance for St. Bridget's, but well defended by Boardsmill. So Stephen Masterson again, and Stephen is ready to take the kick out. It's a great drive by Stephen. Ball fumbled again, and I think that's Thomas Leonard who lets it in, and Thomas, and we've a very good chance of a score now for St. Bridget's, and he's put it over the bar. Fergal Hennessy with his first score of the game. That was a good move by St. Bridget's, and Fergal Hennessy brings a point between the teams. Boardsmill 3, Nave Breda, Ballinacree 2. So Stephen Masterson waits on the tee. which has been a huge advantage to goalkeepers since they brought it in. So let's see if we can see some high feeling here. Comes out to the middle of the field. And there we have it. Thomas Riley. Thomas to Keith Hamilton. And Keith's making a run. And what a shot. That's the man. It's a fantastic score. Keith Hamilton, the captain, leading the way for Boardsmill. An absolutely fantastic score. Complete solo effort, well fielded by Thomas Riley, and Thomas fed Keith Hamilton, who broke for 30 yards and kicked it over with his left foot, his weaker one. So Boardsmill opened the gap to 2 points again. Eugene Gilson with the kick out. The ball breaks to Stephen Gibbons, but Brian Bryady will field it. He's trying to break out. Paddy Guy goes to tackle him. Seamus Guy leading the ball down. Well fielded on, and it's gone for a line ball. So it's a line ball now for Boardsmill, and it'll be taken by Keith. Captain Keith, captain fantastic. He's playing a captain's role here, and he drives the ball in. Thomas Riley again with the ball. He's getting everything that goes down to him. Alan Ash feeds Keith again, Keith Hamilton. And Keith could be looking to score his third point of the game here, but he lets it in and it goes into the full forward. And there's a scramble in the goal mouth, and it comes back out to Stephen Gibbons, and Stephen puts it wide. Nearly the first goal of the game there. And a very near miss. But so far in the game, Boardsmill are dominating. But the good thing for St. Bridget's is that they're only 2 points behind. So once again, it's Boardsmill 4, St. Bridget's 2. Eugene Gilson with the kick out again. And it's given out, and Keith Hamilton is broken free. Vincent Guy gave it into him, and Keith is looking to go all the way here. Foot block and a certain free out for St. Bridget's. That looked suspiciously like a foot block, but it's a free out for St. Bridget's. So Martin Bryady will be taking the free. And again, who is it? Thomas Riley. He's picking up all the breaks. And who is he giving it to? Again, Keith Hamilton. Keith steadies himself, picked the ball up and left-footed. That's a fantastic score. An absolutely fantastic score. We're not 10 minutes, 15 minutes into the game. And Keith Hamilton has his name on the Man of the Match award. He's playing a captain's part, and I tell you, he's lifting the rest of the guys around him. He's an inspiration to watch there for the guys. But St. Bridget's are nowhere near out of it yet. Only 3 points in it. So once again, Eugene Gilson with the kick out. Heading towards Thomas Riley again, and who is it again? Keith Hamilton. And Keith is running, striding forward, and this time he fields it off. Oh, that looked, yes, it's a free in, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. No, it's not a penalty. Tom Lorton seen the wrong line there, and it looks like Alan Ash had a nice shoulder there. He was the ham in the sandwich, but I think he'll be all right. He'll be all right. He'll get the magic water. He won't want to come off. He'll be a long way away, but I think it's quite obvious here what's happening, and Eugene Gilson is kicking the ball out, and it seems to be going to Thomas Riley all the time. He's got glue in his hands, and who else But Keith Hamilton is there to collect the ball, and he's doing some great running. Boardsmill are working well as a unit. So Keith is ready to take this free, which would be harder to miss. And he puts it over the bar. And now Boardsmill are 4 points ahead. So basically the difference between the two teams is Keith Hamilton, who has scored 4 points. But again, he's linking up well with Thomas Riley. So Eugene Gilson is getting plenty of practice at the kickouts in this first half, and he's changed the direction, but it comes out to Stephen Gibbons. Stephen gives it to Thomas Riley. Thomas has it. He's looking at the goals. He's sizing it up, and that one goes wide. A good effort, worth to go. But again, the half-forward line for Boardsmill is picking up every break that comes in. And if St. Bridget's are going to get any closer before half-time, they're going to have to eradicate that. So once again, it's Eugene Gilson. Eugene kicks the ball out. 3 men goes up for, and well fielded by Michael Bridie. Niall Hennessy has it. Oh, and he's just over-hit the pass. And it's well kept in by Fergal Hennessy, and he's fouled. Well kept in. Niall might have hand passed the ball there, but Fergal Hennessy kept it in and has earned his team a free. Not from the easiest of angles. Thomas Blake with the free. Steadies himself. And the ball goes wide. Not the easiest of kicks. Thomas will definitely have easier kicks today anyway, that's for sure. That wasn't the easiest. So once again, Boardsmill 6, St. Bridget's Ballinacree 2. Stephen Masterson with the kick out. And Stephen would be the lesser of the two goalkeepers. Lesser in regards to being busy. St. Bridget's have it, and it's laid in now to AJ Gilson. AJ has it, a chance of a score. And it's gone wide. It's gone wide. That was a chance. Mind you, from here it looked suspicious that it was going over the bar, but I think the people in the crowd as well were thinking that, but the decision stands. And really, AJ could have put that over the bar, but I'll have to pick it up again. Stephen Masterson with the kick out. Stephen Masterson with the kick out, and it lands in the hands of Thomas Blake again, and Thomas gets it in to Conor Farley. Conor drives the ball in. Again, there's a scramble for it, and St. Bridget's have it. Ooh, possible free there for Fergal Hennessy. Yeah. Tom Norton calls it up, and this one's going to be a little bit easier for Thomas Blake. So Tomas again steadies himself, and this one should go over, and it does, straight between the posts. So Bridget's bring it back to a goal. 3 points. Long way to go yet. So Stephen Masterson, who's seeing a little bit more of the ball now, steadies himself to kick the ball into the middle of the field. So the ball goes out towards Paddy Guy and Ronan Moore, and a certain free there for Boardsmill. Thomas Leonard did well there, picked up a bit of a knock, but he'll shake that off. Keith Hamilton again with the free. And they're looking for the big guys. They're looking for Danny Coogan. And Danny's actually, well, had it. Kicked out by St. Bridget's. Martin Bryady had it, and he has it again. And draws it down the field. Well caught by Jerome Hussey. Very well caught, well fielded. But St. Bridget's have surrounded him, and it looked like the ball was picked up clean off there by Seamus Guy. Both Bridget's have it again. Fergal Hennessy looks at the goals, and that's gone wide again. So chances are begging there for St. Bridget's. And on my count now, they've 5, if not 6 wides, and possibly 3 or 4 scoreable chances from that. So once again, Stephen Masterson, Boardsmill, with the kick out. Stephen drives the ball out. The wind is holding it up. Fisted ahead by Michael Bryady. And Fergal Hennessy has it again, and he's looking like the most dangerous forward so far for St. Bridget's, but he's keeping the ball. He's looking for someone to give it to, and he's done well. He's done well. He's done very well. And the ball is lost, and Boardsmill have it back and driven out. And Raymond Cribben. Well played by Brendan Bryady. Very well played. Gives it out again to the danger man for St. Bridget's, Fergal Hennessy. Fergal gives it over to Stephen Farley. Stephen makes some room for himself. And again, it's gone wide. St. Bridget's are doing everything right at the moment, except the most important thing, putting it between the sticks. So Stephen Masterson, once again with the kick out, and he has taken the mantle of the busiest keeper on the field today so far. So Boardsmill are weathering the storm. Into the middle of the field again. Thomas Riley went to fetch and it didn't go, and it's a free for Boardsmill. Pulling on the jersey. Free for Boardsmill. Boardsmill will settle themselves. He's looking for some options. He goes for Thomas, and he got it. Thomas Riley has it, and he's a bit of space in front of him. And who is it? Keith Hamilton. Keith steadies himself. And well held by Martin Bryady. Well held. Martin gets it out, but Thomas Riley again gets it. Thomas feeds it out. And it's a free in. A sceptical free there, I have to say, but it's a free in for Boardsmill. And no doubt it'll be Keith Hamilton to take it. St. Bridget's are gathering the ball, but they're kicking it away wastefully. And without a doubt, they certainly have the talent to get back into this game. So Keith Hamilton, from the 47 metres out, 46 metres out, against the wind, connects with it, but it goes wide. So the Bridget's have certainly took over the tempo of this game. That's to be expected. So the kick out again from Eugene Gilson. Eugene, oh, fantastic catch there from Stephen Farley. It drops, Michael Bryady kicks it on, and it's a race between Ronan Moore. Well, Ronan had it, and it's back on the St. Bridget's side, and I think it's Fergal Hennessy who has it. It is, but he's overcarried it. He's overcarried it. So Keith Hamilton has it again. And he'll be looking to knock it inside there to Alan Nash. And it's landed on Alan Nash. And Alan feeds it off to Thomas Riley. Thomas goes to floor. Back to Alan Nash, but Alan loses it. Alan has lost it, and Bridges are on the attack now. Brian Bridie, the St. Bridget's captain, was held, and he gets on with it. And a great ball inside, a super ball to Conor Farley, and Conor gathers the ball. He's looking for his options. Back to the Boardsmill wing back, Hugh Fanning, who lets it out, and it's Keith Hamilton who has it, and Thomas Riley. They're a double act at this stage. Thomas sizing up his options. Paddy Guy again switching wings. He saw as he'd be looking for an inside ball, or else he's going to go inside him. He over carries the ball. I'm a bit not too sure what happened there. Tom Lorton blowing up for the free. All I can think of is that he possibly overcarried it. No matter. Jerome Hussey for St. Bridget's. And again, the break is taken up again by Boardsmill. Ronan Moore gets it out to Hugh Fanning. Hugh gets it out now to Stephen Gibbons, but I'd say Paddy Guy will be the nearest man to that. Ronan Moore drives it into the stand and nearly takes the head off the cameraman. He's well insured, don't worry. So Keith Hamilton from the sideline. Will he look to kick this over? It's gone into the danger area. Let's see who'll gather the break. St. Bridget's have it. Paddy Guy goes down to pick it up. He did. Free kick. Tom Lorton. Paddy touched it on the ground. Martin Bridie kicks it out, and the break fell. It's Cad Bridges, but Thomas Riley has it now. Thomas is attacking. Gets it out to Alan Nash. Alan Nash looks. It's in the danger area. This could be dangerous. Stephen Gibbons again. And Stephen Gibbons with the point. And that's the difference. Boardsmill, when they attack, are scoring. Taking their scores. And Stephen Gibbons, under a bit of pressure, kicked it over the black spot. So now it's 4 points, 7 points to 3. Boardsmill have opened it up to 2 scores between the teams. So Eugene Gilson with the kick out into the middle of the field. Fielded very well there by Stephen Farley, the St. Bridget's midfielder. Stephen looking to get on with it. He drives it in, and Bridget's have gathered it. Hugh Fanning on the attack. That looked suspiciously like a free kick. Fergal Hennessy missed the ball, and Jerry Jones kicks it out. Thomas Riley again gathers. He's lost the ball, but he's fighting for it again. But it's his opposite number, AJ Gilson, who has it. AJ sends it in now to Hugh Fanning. He's off again, and then it's Fergal Hennessy, who's trying to get by his man. Jerry Jones isn't making it easy for him. He's on the ground. He's going to have to get up. He has it. He's down again, and it's a kick out. Well defended there by Boardsmill. Fergal possibly didn't have many options around him. So Stephen Masterson from the hand. I think we've an injury there to Jerry Jones, who possibly hurt himself in the tackle. So at this stage of the game, Boardsmill 4 points ahead and are playing the better football and deserve their lead. But there's a long way to go yet. And we really haven't seen the likes of Tomas Blake and Niall Hennessy get going yet, and these are guys that can score goals. So we're ready to go again. Stephen Masterson. It's between Stephen Farley and Thomas Riley. 1 minute of additional time in the half. Well done, Brian Bridie, the captain, playing very well himself. He gets the ball in straight into Niall Hennessy, and again Niall has missed it. Paul Dunn is looking to release it, but two men around him, and Paul earns the free out. So Keith Hamilton has it. He's kicking very deep, possibly too deep, but he drives it in, and well fielded there again by Stephen Farley, who's playing a fantastic game of football. He's fielding, best fielder on the field this evening. Now Fergal Hennessy again, and Fergal is looking again for Stephen Farley, who kept on going. Bit of a wayward pass, and Stephen looks to gather it, and that he does, and he gets it in now to Niall Hennessy, who is pushed in the back, and it's a free in for St. Bridget's to bring it back to a goal. That's a lot better from St. Bridget's. Well fielded again. Stephen Farley is the best man on the field for them, fielding the ball and looking for the return. Not the easiest of frees. From my vantage point here, I think it looks like AJ Gilsonan. Steadies himself. And again, it goes wide. On the plus side for St. Bridget's though, with the amount of wides they're having, that means they're on the attack a lot. And who knows, the second half could be a different story. But it's not all doom and gloom. It's only 7-3. There's only 4 points in it. And the kick out again by Stephen Masterson. And it gets to Owen Dunn. And Owen feeds Raymond Cribben. Raymond misses the ball, and it goes back to Ronan Moore. Ronan drives it down, and the ball is out. The ball, I don't know whether the ball was out. The man was certainly out, but Barry Hussey, I think, kept the ball in. So Keith Hamilton will take the line ball. Dudley Farrell there, the linesman. Half time. Boardsmill 7 points. St. Bridget's Ballinacree 3 points. A wide open game, and it's all to play for. A very important 30 minutes for St. Bridget's Ballinacree and Boardsmill. It's Boardsmill 7 points. Nave Breed of St. Bridget's 3 points. Tom Lorton has the ball in his hand, pushing Thomas Riley and Hugh Fanning back to the 45-metre line. Tom Norton looks at his watch, and the second half is on. 30 minutes to decide who will be the Junior B champions of 2005. Paddy Guy to Keith Hamilton, left-footed, in the air between Paul Dunn and Niall Hennessy, or should I say Danny Coogan and Martin Bridie. Stephen Farley gathers it for St. Bridget's, and now it's Micheál Bridie. Free for Micheál. St. Bridget's look to go on the attack straight away, but it's picked up again by Boardsmill. Ronan Moore. Thomas Riley looks to gather it, but Hugh Fanning plays the ball in, and the bounce doesn't beat Seamus Guy. Seamus clears it out, half cleared. Tomas was fouling Hugh Fanning there, and a quick ball into Tomas Blake. Tomas turns, and that's a point, and that's the kind of football that Tomas Blake can play. An excellent left foot, and that's the start that Nave Breda wanted to get. It's down to 3 points. There's a few questions knocking around the crowd here whether it actually went over the bar, but it's on the scoreboard. And Stephen Masterson has his first kick out of the second half. So Tomas Blake off the 40-metre line and is playing in full forward on Paul Dunn. Stephen Masterson tries the ball into the middle of the field. Keith Hamilton goes up and lands on the ground, but it's picked up by Brian Bryady. Brian leading by a captain's example, running into a bit of trouble and is fouled. Stephen Farley gets the ball quickly. He wants to move it quickly. And he does, and it's Fergal Hennessy. Fergal gathers the ball well. Spots the free man. He'll need to go down on it. And he's fouled. AJ gets on with it quickly. And AJ gives it out, and Hugh Fanning has it now, and it could be a goal here. It is a goal! Tomas Blake superbly put it in by Hugh Fanning. And Tomas Blake has brought the game level. It's 1-4 to 7 points. And St. Bridget's Ballinacree are back in this game. I'd imagine that Desi Hamilton gave them a good talking to at half time, and whatever he said, it's worked. Brian Bryady leading from example, and Tomas Blake and Fergal Hennessy. So the ball in the middle of the field again, and it's Keith Hamilton who has it. Keith lets it in with the left foot. And very well held there by Niall Hennessy, and it's a free in. Niall gathered the ball very well. And now Keith Hamilton has the opportunity to put Boardsmill back in front, which would be the perfect reaction to the goal and the point from Tomas Blake. So we're 3 minutes into the game, into the second half I should say, and Bridget's are bringing on a sub, and it's Donal Fanning, number 23, Donal Fanning. Donal Fanning is there. I think he's a blood sub there for Martin Bryady. So Keith Hamilton will take his time. Boardsmill will want to knock the St. Bridget's momentum on the head. And this is one good way of doing it. So Keith Hamilton runs up to the ball. And Keith Hamilton scores his 5th point of the game for himself. And the 8th point of the game for Boardsmill. 1-4 St. Bridget's, 8 points Boardsmill. We're not 5 minutes into the second half, and this looks like it's going to be a great finish. I think that's just a blood sub. Once again, Hugh Fanning playing very well. Gets it out to Micheál Bryady. Micheál changes the range of the game and he gets it over to AJ Gilson, and AJ gets it back to Hugh Fanning, who's attacking a lot from wing back. Gets it out now to Fergal Hennessy, and Fergal gets it out to AJ Gilson, and AJ puts it over the bar. Super movement from St. Bridget's. Always capable of this football. It just wasn't happening for them in the first half, but they've certainly pulled it out of the fire. 1-2 in about 5 minutes. Hugh Fanning playing great football now in the second half. He's attacking a lot, and as opposed to the first half when Thomas Riley was doing all the attacking for Boardsmill, Hugh stood up and now he's counted. So once again, Stephen Masterson's got the kick out. And Stephen will be looking for one of his midfielders. So convincing there, Keith gathered the ball. Keith went to pick it up, and it's definite free in. Micheál Bryady pulled on the ball, but so Keith Hamilton with the free from the middle of the park. Keith wants to slow the game down. He's placing it on the ground. There is a slight wind behind him. And it's going from right to left as Keith is looking at us now. That's a fantastic free from the distance he was at, but well gathered in there by the St. Bridget's corner back, and they have it out very quickly to Micheál Bryady, and Micheál drives the ball out, and they'll be looking there for Conor Farrelly to gather it. And there's a lot of fumbling and messing, and there's a few guys lying on the ball. Looks like the ball is going to be thrown up, or will it be a free? Just waiting on the sign from Tom Lorton, the referee. I think Tom is going to throw it up. 50-50. So Keith Hamilton and Stephen Farrelly. And it's broken nicely. It's a line ball. It broke nicely there for Barry Hussey. But it's a line ball to Boardsmill that Keith Hamilton will take. And again, Keith's a bit deep. Sliced it off the right side of his boot. Hugh Fanning and Thomas Riley. Great duel there, the best duel of the game. Thomas on the attack. And Thomas gets it into Paddy Guy. Paddy back out to to Raymond Cribbin. And scattered out again. And it's Brian Bryady playing a captain's part again. Seamus Guy fields the ball. Put pressure on there by Conor Farrelly. And he seems to be, I was going to say over carrying it, but Tom Lorton has pointed down towards the town direction. And it'll be a free for Boardsmill. Well gathered again by Brian Bryady, playing out of his skin. Again, well fielded by Conor Farrelly. Conor has the ball and lets it into Fergal Hennessy. Fergal has the ball, but he has it back. He has it back. I thought that Jerry Jones had the ball off him. Fergal is looking for some support, and he has that in AJ Gilson. Well driven out by Keith Hamilton, but who does he give it to? Stephen Farrelly in the middle of the field, and Stephen drives forward, gives it to Moss Blake, and here's a man I was going to say that could kick the ball if he was allowed over the bar, and now he has the chance.
Martin Bryady returns wearing number 30 and replaces Donald Fanning. That was a blood substitution.
So 10 minutes into the second half, and Tomas Blake has an opportunity to put St. Bridget's ahead for the first time. Tomas steadies himself, gives it into AJ Gilson, and AJ kicks it straight into Stephen Masterson's hands. Drives the ball out between Paddy Guy, but again Stephen Farrelly has it, and Stephen gives it right into Danny Coogan. Sorry, into Niall Hennessy. Free in again. Ball quickly played in, and I think Keith Hamilton is down injured. Fergal Hennessy had turned Jerry Jones there and was in, but the ball will be brought back, and I think it would be wise if Thomas had a go for this. His confidence is high. He scored a goal and 2 points in the second half. And again, 10 minutes into the second half, Nave Breda, Ahena Cuig, Gordon of Willen, Oxgoolin. Stephen O'Toole having a bit of a refreshment as he watches his opponent from the first half, Tomas Blake, settle for this free kick. And here goes Tomas. Strikes it well and strikes it over the bar. And Nave Breda, having been down 4 points at half time, are ahead by a point, and we're 10 minutes into the second half. Boardsmill are bringing up David Farrell. On the second half, David Farrell is coming on. Just can't see who's coming off at the moment. Looks like Paul Dunn. Paul Dunn. So David Farrell is on for Paul Dunn. What can David do? 20 minutes to go. Kick out, Stephen Masterson. Boardsmill down by a point. Keith Hamilton goes to gather, and Thomas Riley hasn't shouldered unfairly. Thomas has the chance to get through Keith again. Keith Hamilton takes the ball and places it on the ground. I imagine he feels he has the distance. He's a little bit closer in from the last time, and he struck it very well. So here goes Keith. Not one of his best ones. Martin Bryody put a hand on the ball, but it came out. And there's a jiggle for that, and it's a goal. I don't know how it went in, but it's a goal. Or is it a goal? It's a goal. It's a goal. So, Boardsmill with a very strange goal, but they all count. And Boardsmill are 2 points back up again. Indecision in defence. And through hands, legs, feet and whatnot, the ball ended up in the back of the onion bag. So Eugene Gilson with the kick out. Nave Breda, Haina Shea, Gordon de Villan, Haina Hucht. St. Bridget's on the attack. And the ball goes into space. And it's gathered very well by Owen Dunn, who's playing a full back now, and he gives it to Keith Hamilton. Left footed, Keith drives the ball down, but it looks as if Jerome Hussey's going to have it, and he does. Tackled by Alan Ash. And he gives it out to Micheál Bryody. And Micheál gives it to Hugh Fanning. Hugh on the break. Oh, if I was Tom Lorton there, I would have let the ball go, no matter. Jerome Hussey on the attack. Hugh Fanning. He's going to drive this ball in. And he does. It goes over to Moss. And it goes right in there now to Conor Farley. Conor to Tomas, and Tomas is in. It's a penalty, I think. Is he inside the parallelogram? No. And Tomas ain't going to argue with him. Tomas is going to take his time. And Fergal Hennessy should put this over the bar to bring it back to a point. Great game of football. Exciting for the two teams and the two sets of supporters. That's well done by Fergal Hennessy. So it's back to a point. St. Bridget's 1-7. Boardsmill 1-8. A 1 point game. And we're close on 14 or 15 minutes gone in the second half. So Stephen Masterson with the kick out. And he'll be looking for Vincent Guy or Keith Hamilton. It's found its way to Raymond Cribben, who picks the ball up a good distance away from his corner forward position. He drives it in, but well brought out and dropped by Brendan Bryody. David Farrell looking to get a hold of the ball and is fouled. He did well, fought for his possession, and now he's got a free kick. Again, not in the most ideal position. But Keith Hamilton has the ball in hand. Will he go short or will he go for the posts? Brendan Bryody there, unfortunate, coming out with the ball, and a split second the ball went out of his hands. So here's Keith Hamilton with the free. Goes across the posts, and it's gone out for a 45 off Jerome Hussey. The ball landed at Jerome's feet, difficult thing to do, to react that quickly. So Keith Hamilton would have another opportunity to kick this over the bar. Keith is certainly earning his crust today. He seems to be all over the field. Keith is taking his time, sizing up his options. Deep breath. And it seems to have gone wide. Yes, it's gone wide. Very close. And there's still only a point in it. Boardsmill 1-8, 11 points. St. Bridget's, Ballinacree 1-7, 10 points. So once again, Stephen Masterson, or I should say, excuse me, Eugene Gilson with the kick out. And it's between Hugh Fanning and Thomas Riley, but Brendan Bryody, once again the captain leading from example, gets the ball towards Fergal Hennessy, but it went over everybody's head. Thomas Leonard got it into Keith Hamilton, and that was well fielded, very well fielded. And now there he is. Fergal Hennessy has the ball. Fergal drops it up to Tomas Blake. Tomas has it. It's a one-on-one situation, and the referee has to blow. Tomas takes it quickly. That's a free again. No, that has to be a free. No. I think he's holding it up because there was a clash of heads. Hopefully nothing serious. The medics are on. And I think it's Thomas Leonard and Barry Hussey. Thomas Leonard from Boardsmill is standing up. He seems to be okay, but no, he's back down again now. But I think that Barry Hussey from St. Bridget's came off the worst of that. So thankfully the two players are sitting up. I think Barry looks to be slightly dazed. And we have number 22 from St. Bridget's, Shane Geraghty, I think will be coming on to replace Barry for the time being. Or are they going to make a substitution? It's an actual substitution. Thomas Leonard.
Substitution on the St. Bridget's team, number 22, Shane.
And thankfully Thomas Leonard is okay as well, and we can hopefully have the proper attention to Barry Hussey. So the game goes on. Keith Hamilton. Very close there, well gathered again by Seamus Guy, who gets it, I was going to say to Thomas Leonard, but Owen Dunn gathers it. The second half full back for Boardsmill. Mihal Bryody gathered the ball, but it went over the line, and it's a sideline ball for Boardsmill. And we've another man down for Boardsmill. I think he's going to be okay. He's all right, he's okay.
Mr. Joe Prunty,
I think that's Vincent Guy.
Mr. Joe Prunty.
Keith Hamilton with the kick down the field. Once again, Brian Bryody knocks it down, but it's Stephen Gibbons who lets it in, and Alan Ash tried to knock it on to to Danny Coogan, and he's making his way forward, and he's put it over the bar. Danny Coogan with the left foot puts it over the bar, and it's a 2-point game. 1-9, 12 points to 1-7, 10 points. Alan Ash tried to knock the ball in the direction of Danny Coogan, and Danny picked it up and skillfully put the ball over the bar. St. Bridget's are looking to make another substitution. It's Donald Fanning, number 23. And Donald is going to be going in for Martin Bryody, who was injured earlier on in the half.
Substitution
Martin Bryody,
number 23, Donald Fanning,
a former Meath junior footballer,
30, Martin Bryody.
has given great service to St. Bridget's through the years. And once again, Brian Bryody, the captain, gathers the ball and is attacking the ball. This man is playing out of his skin in the second half. Fergal Hennessy has the ball, and Fergal has it, there's danger. Fergal drives a super ball over to AJ Gilson. AJ gives it to Stephen Farley, and well blocked down. And Stephen Masterson knocks it off his knee. The ball is gathered high, but St. Bridget's on the attack again. AJ Gilson has it again. And AJ will turn around and he gives it to Hugh Fanning, and Hugh got it. I don't know how he got it, but he has the ball, and Hugh, well gathered by Stephen Masterson. It looked like a possibility of a goal there, but Stephen Masterson and drives a great ball out, but the St. Bridget's corner back Brian Bryody was not going to be second to that ball, but David Farrell, and St. Bridget's on the attack again. Suicide ball there. I think we have an injury on the Boardsmill side. There's a man lying down, but just can't make out exactly who it is. I think it's Stephen Farley, the midfielder. So 2 points in it. And I'd say we have not longer than 10 minutes to go. Darkness falling on Navan. Close on 20-7 now. Stephen Farley will want to stay on the field for the rest of the game. So St. Bridget's with the free. Driven in, straight in. That's a super free. Square ball, square ball. Stephen Farley wasn't lucky there. Square ball, and look, quick free, quick out to Owen Dunn. Owen's playing well at full back, and he's on the attack. He's over carried it. He should have, really and truly should have let the ball go. And Tomas Blake steals a couple of yards. That's experience. So Tomas sizes the post up, and that looks good. That's a great score. An experienced man, Tomas, who played a bit of his football with Ballinlough at senior level, but came back to Ballinacree, to St. Bridget's, and he's certainly playing very, very well for them in this half. I knew in the first half that wasn't the Tomas Blake that we all know, but he scored 1 goal and 3 points in this half. 4 points, sorry. 1 goal and 4 points. So it's back down to a 1 point game, 1-8 to 1-9. And here we go. Thomas Leonard, the injured party from a few moments ago, gives it to Keith Hamilton. Keith Hamilton, a high ball in to the new full back. Danny Coogan nearly got his hand on it, but David Farrell gets it back out. Alan Ash looks to gather it, but St. Bridget's have it again, and it goes to the St. Bridget's substitute, Shane Geraghty. Shane Geraghty, great ball into Fergal Hennessy. Fergal Hennessy is on the attack. He's going to be looking for scores. He was fouled off the ball, and the ball has gone wide. So a wasted opportunity there. And the clock is ticking. Stephen Masterson will be taking his time now, and as if all the Boardsmill players will be taking their time for the last few minutes with any free kick. And St. Bridget's, or I should say Boardsmill, bringing on a substitute, Owen Cribben. And Owen is coming on for Alan Ash.
The Boardsmill team, number 19, Eric Cribben, replaces number 13, Alan Ash.
My apologies, Eric Cribben. I have to go back to school. So again, the kick out from Stephen Masterson. High ball in again. Paddy Guy gathers it very well. In the middle of it, clucks the players. This ball could bounce high and miss everyone, but it doesn't. And David Farrell is playing the game of his life, coming on. Gathers the ball great, and this could go over the bar. Well saved. Very well saved by Eugene Gilson. And it's a wide ball. That was very well saved by Eugene Gilson. David Farrell producing Jody Devine material, coming off the bench, and unfortunate to miss that score. But a great save there by Eugene Gilson, and it goes out for a kick out to St. Bridget's. And it has dropped in the hands of Stephen Gibbons. And rugby style, I think that's Micheál Bridie there. And I think it's Keith Hamilton who was fouled. So as I was saying before, Keith will take his time. Seconds are ticking down. And all that's in it is a solitary point. St. Bridget's will be rueing the goal that they gave away. And I think from Dudley Farrell coming on, he will be announcing what extra time is left. I would imagine it'll be somewhere in the region of 1 to 2 minutes. Danny Coogan had the ball in his hand, but well wrestled out. And we have Stephen Farley with the ball now in St. Bridget's. 3 minutes of additional time, but Paddy Guy has it. Paddy Guy gives it to Thomas Riley. Thomas Riley will go on the attack, and he hasn't soloed or bounced the ball yet. And he gives it in. Oh, super ball. Super ball into Stephen O'Toole. And there seems to be a tussle for the ball, and it's going to be a throw up. 3 minutes of additional time. So we would have in the region of 4 minutes left in the game. It's going to be a throw up. The next team who gathers possession will be vital. A certain free there. It's a free in. Boardsmill. And Keith Hamilton will certainly take his time. Straight in front of the post. And this could be a vital point for Boardsmill. Straight between the posts. Boardsmill 110, 13 points. St. Bridget's, Ballinacree 1-8, 11 points. It's a 2-point game. And by my reckoning, there's somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes left in it. So we're going to need quick attacks for St. Bridget's. It comes to Hugh Fanning. The ball driven in there by Jerome Hussey. Jerry Jones pointing at the shoulder. But again, here comes Brian Bryady, the captain, leading by example. He doesn't want to lose this game. Tomas, that was blocked. That's going to be a 45. That's going to be a 45. Tomas Blake blocked. Very well defended by Owen Dunn there. Tomas will be in a bit of a hurry to take this. I don't know whether we're at goal time yet. AJ Gilson, and AJ kicks it over the bar, and this is a 1-point game. We've got 2 minutes to go. There'll be no nails left in Ballinacree or in Boardsmill tonight. So Stephen Masterson, thank you very much. Stephen Masterson will take his time with this kick out. Fantastic game of football between Boardsmill and St. Bridget's. There's about 2 minutes to go, folks, and a point in it. And it'd be very unfair of any side to lose this game tonight. But who's got the ball? Stephen Farley for St. Bridget's, and he lets it down. The ball has gone over the line. It's going to be a Boardsmill sideline. Conor Farley couldn't gather it. Keith Hamilton with the sideline. Again, I think we're down to the final minute. Keith drives it in. Oh, that was touched on the ground. And I think it's going to be a St. Bridget's ball. And it's going to be brought up 10 yards. This could be vital. Who has it? Tomas. And it's a free in. It's a free in. 30 seconds to go. There's a point in it. And Tomas Blake could be making himself a hero now. He'll take his time. The ball has gone wide. The ball has gone wide. Boardsmill still have the lead. This could be the final kick-out. A chance for Tomas Blake to level things up. But unfortunately for him and for St. Bridget's, it didn't go over the bar. The whistle is in the mouth of Tom Lorden. And Boardsmill have the ball. Tomas gets it down, of course, down to Eric Cribben. The ball comes back out. St. Bridget's have it again. And we have a clash again. And wisely, Tom. Come on, lads, quickly. It looks, oh God. Cool, stop. I think we need a stretcher. Danny Coogan, this is unfortunate at the end of the game. I think there was a clash of heads. And Danny Coogan, the full forward for Boardsmill. Hopefully, I think they're requiring the stretcher.
I got a joke, like, you know. You see the way it was a shame.
I didn't see it fully. I think there was a clash of heads anyway. Full fault from Boardsmill. Danny Coogan and the way was Bridget fan. The original was up.
Here or down. Exactly here or down.
He's unconscious. Body guy went over to him and straight. Come on, lads, quick.
Remember to catch him against what? What did he get? 4 or 5.
The unfortunate scene of Danny Coogan being stretchered off and having a wonderful reception from the crowd. It's unfortunate to see this.
Substitution on the Boardsmill team, number 18, Bernard McLaughlin, replaces number 14, Danny Coogan.
So Bernard McLaughlin is on. And what's Tom Norton going to do about the time now? It's a throw up. And who has the ball? It goes out to Thomas Riley, and Thomas will kick this anywhere. Wants to let the clock go down. Niamh Breda have it, and it's Donal Fanning. Gets it out, but St. Bridget still have it. Thomas Leonard. Thomas Leonard gets it out. And nobody can pick the ball. Oh, that's it. Boardsmill are the Junior B football champions for 2005. So the Boardsmill team come up to accept the cup, who will be duly accepted by their captain. And I have to say, my man of the match, Keith Hamilton. He was all over the park in defence, free kicks, sidelines, he was everywhere. Thomas Riley, again, played brilliant. Paddy Guy, Thomas Leonard, all heroes today. There won't be a cow milked in Boardsmill tomorrow. And I'd imagine there won't be little porter left in Kylie's bar in the morning either. So we get ready for the acceptance speech. And Boardsmill are a junior football team. Congratulations, Boardsmill.
I'm delighted to present the 12-20 contract championship, the Junior Football League Championship Cup to Keith Hamilton, captain of Boardsmill. It gives me particular pleasure because in my younger days I had been known to play some hurling and football with the club. And I also played with the manager of Boardsmill, Teddy Hamilton, with Beliver, and his son Keith is now the captain of the Boardsmill team. I'd also like to thank the referee and his umpires and all the officials here today for the fine performance. It's been a long, hard struggle for Boardsmill to finally get this football championship, and I won't delay you any longer. Once again, I would like to thank the sponsors of the championship, Joe Prunty Contracts Limited, August List, so Anna Hawthorne, Curran Shaw, Adlata, so Keith Hamilton, Catherine Hall. Thanks, Brendan. It's been an absolute honour to be standing up here this evening, taking up this trophy in behalf of Boardsmill. On today's performance out there, any one of the lads could have picked it up. Absolute brilliant performance out there. Just the effort out there is brilliant. As we've been training since January, every night, and some nights we haven't felt like going out training, but we went out, persevered, and it's paid off today, lads. We've been waiting 2 years to get back here for events to beat of 2003, and we can finally lay that goal to rest today. I I'd like to thank two sponsors who supplied us with beer today. Damien Dixon, Summerhill Lawns and Michael O'Brien. I'd like to also thank our main sponsor and the sponsors throughout the year with church and everything. I'm sure he might make some of that back tonight in the celebration. Without the 103 men, none of this would have happened this year. That's Desi, Mick and Anthony. Mick and Des have trained us some of us since we were 10, along with Anthony. We've made a brilliant management team this year. It's been absolutely brilliant. They're every night down training, every game. Without them, we got in 1-0 this year. I'd like to thank our physio as well, Mickey Murray, who kept us injury free. Might have been sore enough at times, but he did it. But finally, I'd like to sympathise with St. Bridget's. As we know what it feels like to be standing out there today. 2 years ago, we were in the same position. We came back, and I hope you can feel the same way as we did back next year. It's our small club like ourselves, and wish you the best of luck next year. And finally, I'd like to wish Eddie O'Brien the best of luck in Navan Hospital and wish him hope he gets better tonight. And I hope Danny Coogan also will come as well. Finally, lads, big cheers for St. Bridget's. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Desi Hamilton here, manager of the Boardsmill team. Desi, congratulations, well done. It was touch and go there. You were winning well in the first half, but the Bridges lads came back to you.
That's exactly what happened. Winning comfortably. Within 2 minutes they got a goal and a point, and it was a draw match. And then for the first time they went ahead. About 5 minutes into the second half, we were in serious trouble. But the lads have heart, and that's how you win championships. Pure guts and pure heart. And they were fit and up for the game, which was so important. You can never give up. We could have given up so easy at that stage, but no, the lads dug deeper, and it was tough to the bitter end, as you know.
It was certainly tough, and I have to say now, watching the game, Keith was fantastic, I thought. He was my man of the match anyway from the game today.
Keith played very well. I can't say much about him, but I'll have to say this: he was a fabulous captain during the year. I was in trouble at times training. He helped out, he took over, and he was, I would say, a fine captain.
Yeah,
and
fine
he led
captain.
by example, as you say, on the pitch.
He certainly did. And can you tell me, how's Mr. Coogan doing?
Mr. Coogan got a terrible knock. He's quiet for once, but he played a brilliant game. Big heart, fabulous. His experience was really worth a fortune as this today, you know.
Yeah.
And like, we are upset over what happened. Like, we're upset, and we want to go in and see him now and see how he is, and hopefully he will be okay, you know.
Brilliant. Listen, Desi, congratulations, and enjoy the celebrations tonight.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
We will enjoy them.
Well done. Seamus, well done, congratulations.
Thanks.
How does it feel to be champions?
Oh, it's great, especially after losing here 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So we were delighted to win it.
Brilliant. Well, listen, we want to wish you the best of luck and enjoy yourselves tonight.
Oh, we will do that.
Best of luck in the junior
There'll be plenty of port to drink tonight.
I'd say this man will be
What?
doing well tonight. Kyle is doing well tonight in Boardsmill. Well done. Fair play to you.
Okay.
Well done. It's a goodbye from him, and it's a goodbye from me. See yous now.